Big Southern in the building, bitch.
The Wrestling Cafe.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome.
Walk into the club like, what up? I got a big cock. I'm just pumped. I bought some shit from a thrift shop. Ice on the fringe is so damn frosty. The people like,
Damn, that's a cold ass honky.
rolling in hella deep, headed to the mezzanine. Dressed in all pink, set my gator shoes. Those are green draped in a leopard mink. Girl standing next to me. Probably should have washed this. Smells like R. Kelly sheets. Piss. But shit, it was 99 cents. I get copping it, washing it. About to go and get some compliments. Passing up on those moccasins. Someone else has been walking in. Bummy and grungy fucking man. I am stunting and flossing and saving my money. And I'm hella happy that's a bargain, bitch. I'ma take your grandpa style. I'ma take your grandpa style. No, for real. Ask your grandpa, can I have his hand-me-down? Thank you. Velour jumpsuit and some house slippers. Dookie brown leather jacket that I found. Dig it. They had a broken keyboard. I bought a broken keyboard. I bought a ski blanket. Then I bought a kneeboard. Hello, my ace man, my mellow. John Wayne ain't got nothing on my fringe game, hell no. I can take some pro wings, make them cool, sell those. The sneakerheads will be like, he got the Velcro.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket.
That's right, y'all. What's up? I know y'all ain't got $20 in your pocket, man, but guess what, y'all? Y'all got the 20th podcast in your motherfucking eardrums right now. Sorry for the long-ass intro right there, man, but it's just as long as we've been gone. The last podcast we produced was February 19th, which seems like an eternity. But hey, man, your boys are back, Big Southern and Killer K. The Wrestling Cafe, what up, bro?
What's going down, my boy?
Man, so we probably got a lot of shit to cover, but you know, people already been there and done that, man. But
yep.
So we ain't gotta tell them something that they don't already know, but who gives a fuck if they know or not?
Exactly.
But if y'all didn't know, Facebook.com/The Wrestling Cafe, Twitter @The Wrestling Cafe, Big Southern @Big Southern, and we also have a Facebook group, right, Big Southern?
Yes, sir. We got one called The Wrestling Cafe Potluck, and we also have one called The Wrestling Cafe.
So we're everywhere, man. We're just like dog shit, okay, guys? It'd be hard for you guys not to find us. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Join the group. Come talk to us. Follow us on Twitter. Like the page. And TheRasslinCafe.com. You know, yours truly hasn't done shit for that since February. Life has gotten busy, and I'm just gonna come out and say this, man. Your homeboy here is gonna be a fucking granddad in September, so life's about to get busy.
Yes.
And just between me and y'all, I hope it's a boy. So,
and for your sake, I hope it's a boy.
Exactly.
So there you go.
But how you been though, man? I know you and I we talk on the phone here and there, man. But as far as the wrestling landscape is concerned, man, what you thinking, bro?
Boy, I'm thinking a lot of shit, man. It's been some good things. There's been some bad things. But overall, I'm still a wrestling fan. So you know.
Bruno Sammartino, this past Wednesday, passed away at the age of 82. I will go on record and saying that I haven't seen any of his stuff. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about him, and it's you know, condolences go out to his friends and family. He passed away at the age of 82, surrounded by his family and friends. Any thoughts about that, bro?
Yes, and as far as his stuff with me, I did see some of his stuff. However, it wasn't during the time, that he was really big.
Right.
It was after the fact. But, the dude, he did his thing, and he will always be remembered. And, he's one of the biggest reasons why wrestling is as big as it is today. And, I've listened to a lot of people talk about him, such as Jim Cornette, and Jim Cornette had a lot of good things to say about him. Chris Jericho I think Chris Jericho was the one who did the last interview with him, podcast with him, in an Italian restaurant. And actually, Chris Jericho was called, I forgot who it was that talked to Chris Jericho about Bruno Sammartino passing away, and it caught Chris Jericho by surprise because Chris Jericho didn't even know that the man had passed away. As a matter of fact, Jim Cornette was caught by surprise too because he didn't know. And during their podcast, while they were doing their podcast, that's when the news dropped that Bruno Sammartino passed away, and Jim Cornette and Chris Jericho was all choked up. And I was like, wow, I have never heard them choked up like that before. But yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Bruno Sammartino, and may he rest in peace. And definitely our prayers are going out to your family, friends, and,
Yeah, man, even the mayor. I saw a post the other day, and the mayor even came out. I mean, he doesn't just touch the wrestling community. He's just a world-renowned icon, you know what I mean?
Right.
But in our arena, the second WWF champion, held it for 8 years. I can't remember how long his second title run was for. But, yeah, may you rest in peace, my man. And moving on, John Cena and Nikki Bella. What do you think about that, bro?
Oh my goodness, man. There's so many conflicting stories about this thing. But I hate to see anyone's relationship go down, like that. However, I pretty much already called that it wasn't going to work between them two because both of them had two different paths that they were trying to go down. Nikki Bella being one that wants to be a mother, wants to be a wife. John Cena being one that does not really want to be married and do not want kids.
Nigga just want the money.
I kind of figured that was going to kind of not work. And, I called it not because I don't really give a damn about John Cena. It was because the proof was right there in the pudding that the shit was not going to work. So, and one thing about it, man, okay, so John Cena don't want kids or whatever the case may be. However, the thing that I feel is like, damn, man, you look at this woman and you just be like, who in the hell would not want to put a baby in this woman? Please. Who wouldn't want this woman to be their wife? I don't know. But anyway, I hope that she find what she really wants in life. And, of course, John Cena is doing himself, from things that I've heard, even coming from her, she was basically just saying that John Cena was self-centered and he's just thinking about himself. He don't care about nobody else. He always just put himself first, and that's it. So, and she couldn't live with that kind of shit. So, I don't blame her if she was in fact the one who called it off, because from what I was hearing too is like John Cena was acting like he was doing her a favor by marrying her and stuff, and she was like, "Well, shit, you don't have to do me no damn favor." I mean, shit. I don't know, man. I don't get it. But anyway, I just hope the best for both of them.
Man, when you think back, so that whole shit with WrestleMania 33 and that proposal, man, that was a big ass waste of time, man.
It was just some bullshit.
Yeah,
and
well,
that was one of the things that I heard about too. That she said, if you really didn't want to marry me, why did you propose to me? You didn't have to do that.
You don't think WWE pushed that upon John Cena, though?
I'm sure they did. But the thing that I really think was going on too is John Cena knew that this woman really wanted to be with him and wanted to marry him. And I think that he really did have good intentions when he did. And I'm sure he was the one who brought it to their attention to do it. And you already know they are going to go with their golden boy. Oh, sure, John Cena won it. No, let's let John Cena propose to Nikki Bella on WrestleMania. Let them have a match and win the match, and then he proposed to her, and everything is good with the world. And and then the shit just came back and bit him in the ass.
Yeah, waste the fans' time too, man.
Yeah.
Like, make them sit through all that shit. And speaking of fans, I'm gonna get into this in a minute because we haven't podcasted in a while, but of course the big news coming out so far is everybody knows the return of Daniel Bryan, man.
Yes,
I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man.
Me too.
It's kind of weird though for me to see him as a talent, because I'm so used to seeing him as a GM. I'm trying to get used to it still.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna take. I think it's going to take us a little while to. I think that he'll pretty much once they get him back in the game, really really good. I think maybe within a couple matches, whatever. He's already had a couple matches. I should say a few matches or whatever. I think we'll get back used to it.
The night that Zayn and Owens jumped him, and when he started fighting back, dude, that crowd just went ballistic. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you remember that episode.
Yes, sir.
But I'm happy for the guy. 3 years he's been fighting, and we all know that it was the WWE that was holding him back. But in the back of my mind, still, I just can't help but to be concerned. Like, I really hope that he wrestles a safe style and just watches out for himself. And
but I remember just like that night when he announced that he was returning to wrestling and everything. I knew. I said, "Yo, boy!" I said, "They're about to beat his ass in again." I already knew it was coming. I said he's gonna have to take that ass whipping tonight, and sure enough, here come Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn dogging his ass out. So I did hear. Did you hear about after every match that Daniel Bryan is in, he's gonna have to go straight to the doctors and trainers and get checked out.
Yeah, I saw that, and I wouldn't blame them. They just want to make sure he's taken care of.
Me either. I think that's the best bet for him. To keep yourself healthy. I mean, come on, man. It's just it's not. I really, it's not worth getting yourself paralyzed or crippled in some type of way. It's not worth it. It really is not.
And then especially the fact that he just had a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And pretty much just got married.
Yeah.
So I mean that's ridiculous. Don't go out there and kill yourself, and and then you leave a woman, your wife and child behind. That's just. So anyway, I do hope the best for my boy Daniel Bryan. I am just so happy to see him back, and he looks so happy. That dude looks like he just smoked a bowl. You know what I'm saying? That dude is happy as hell. I'm telling you, man, the way that he just get around that ring, and it's like, boy, I've been waiting for so long to get this out of my system. So he's happy, and I'm happy for him.
The Brock Lesnar thing, what do you think about that? There's been conflicting news, of course. You're going to get different stories from everybody, but it's been reported that nobody knew about the finish, not even Roman, until the day of the event. Because Vince just pulled an audible and said, fuck it, we're just going to give the title to Brock. You see, no matter what Roman does, I'm sorry, he's never going to get over with the crowd. He ain't never going to get over with the masses.
And I blame it on the damn booking. That's exactly what I blame it on. I don't care for Roman Reigns, but I'm just going, I'm not going to deny the guy's ability in the ring. The dude he's good. He's very athletic, and I cannot knock him for that. But, just like I've heard several wrestlers talk about, like even Stone Cold and everything, they were saying that, a lot of times it's people try to blame it on the booking, but one thing about it, sometimes you got to get yourself over. You got to get yourself over first, and if you can get yourself over, look at Rusev. Look at Rusev, man. Rusev came out there, and a lot of people used to shit on Rusev, but now this dude is being shitted on pretty much by the WWE, but the fans love him, and the dude is getting himself over. And, it's just like even like the shit that Roman Reigns do far as his move set. It's lame. It's lame. It's already been done by every other freaking big dude, pretty much, that like the damn spear, man. Come on with that spear shit, man. I mean, come on, man. We already seen Goldberg do the spear. We already seen Rhino do the spear. We already seen Edge do the spear. We saw Batista do the spear. It's like, shit, get this bitch something else to do. And then this Superman punch shit. That is the dumbest bullshit. I'm like, man, how the hell are you gonna beat somebody with a damn Superman punch? That's a bitch ass cartoonish type of shit. This dude should be out there doing power bombs and, big man shit. Don't come out there with that talking about a super bitch punch. I don't give a damn about that.
I don't mind the punch, but as long as it's used sparingly, you know what I'm saying? Don't use it all the motherfucking time.
Right. Don't use it. I don't use it as a finisher. That's the thing that gets on my nerves. Oh, Superman punch! Another Superman punch! I'm like, man, whatever, bruh. And that's what really turns me off with him. And then see, one of the things that I was hearing about him too is, which this is absolute fact, when the dude was first when he first came out, he was healed because he was with the Shield. And, the people were taken to him at that time, and it was because, he was pretty much just the big man in the group, and he basically was like the hitman of the group. You do not have to talk. Let the guys who know how to talk. You just shut your damn mouth and you just be there. That's all you need to do. But when they started trying to have him to talk and everything, and then we done talked about this before, all of that damn succotash shit and stuff like that, man, that shit just really, really that shit turned so many people off. I still see people talking about that shit. I'm like, wow, but people still haven't gotten over the succotash. So I don't know, man. I just and then, the booking had a lot to do with it, like far as the time when it was everybody clearly saw that it was Daniel Bryan's time. It was his spot that they were trying to give to Roman Reigns, and that is one of the biggest reasons why people started really, really shitting on Roman Reigns, and then it became that people clearly saw that Vince was trying to force feed this moron to everybody, trying to just shove it down your throat. I don't give a damn if you don't like it, you gonna eat it, That's just that ain't gonna fly. That's just not gonna fly.
So here's a perfect example of projects that Vince works on that works, doesn't work. Okay, on one hand you got Roman Reigns. He is the project for Vince. It's not working, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another project that is working of Vince is Braun Strowman. You know what I'm saying? Braun Strowman got over organically. Reigns didn't. So Vince, I don't know. He really needs to think here. Like, so you would think that, hey, this ain't working with Roman, so or this is how it was done with Strowman. Maybe I should have done it that way with Roman, but I don't know.
But you know what, dog? This is one of the things that I feel, man. If you already see that it's not working with this dude, and you see it's working with another dude, why not go with the dude that it's working for? And then possibly, down the road, you can come back to Roman Reigns. What you think about that?
I agree. Take him out of the limelight a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Have him go to a mid-card title, and which is side note here. Have you noticed there's so many fucking Grand Slam winners now? Like,
My goodness,
this year alone, man, I think Seth, Randy, and now Jeff Hardy,
right,
are all Grand Slam winners.
But Jeff Hardy is well over Grand Slam because Jeff Hardy has held
everything.
All the belts they have, except for the Universal title, because he's had the damn tag team multiple times. He's had the Intercontinental. He's just gotten the U.S. title. He's had the Hardcore title. He's had the what was that title that they had? European title. This dude has had them all. He's had them all. So, but yeah, man, I've been because even the other day before when Jeff Hardy came out there to fight that transitional champion, which I knew that's what that piece of shit was, Jinder Mahal. I was like, oh, well, here go another Grand Slam champion, because I already knew they were not going to let Jeff Hardy come out there and lose to Jinder Mahal. I knew that wasn't going to happen. So, and I also called that Jeff Hardy was going to freaking SmackDown when I'm getting way ahead of myself, but oh well, when I wish it would have been Seth Rollins that would have went. But anyway, yeah, man, but that Grand Slam thing, boy, they are sure enough driving that thing in the ground.
See, we could talk about that real quick. I mean, we can segue into that. Let me finish the last thought here and get your last thoughts about the Brock thing. The Brock, he's headed off to UFC apparently, and rumor has it, according to TheRasslinCobserver.com, he's going to be finished in SummerSlam. So, what do you think about that?
I really think that Brock Lesnar would probably be finished right now, but just like I've heard some other podcasters say, such as Jim Cornette and a couple others, they were saying that, yeah, Brock Lesnar wants to go back to the UFC or whatever the case may be, but this dude, he'll be back. He'll be back. He's not going to stay away. He will definitely be back in the WWE. He will be back.
So,
I mean, because who in the world is going to run away from easy money? That is so easy money for him.
all right, so I'm not going to try to start a conflict here, but it's going to make interesting discussion. How do you think that helps out the product, though? You and I have talked about this off the record.
Mm-hmm.
So building stars, telling a story. Okay, he's been this monster forever. He's the man that was known to end the Undertaker's career or streak. But how is that helping the product if he's always retaining? I mean, what are you trying to prove? Are they trying to break CM Punk's record? I just don't get the story that's being told there. How are you gonna build up Strowman? How are you gonna build up, future superstars? You know what I mean?
I agree with you on that. I just but one of the things that you can look at though is, Brock Lesnar is a very, very, very well known name, and just by people going in the ring with him or whatever, it will help their career. It helps them. I mean, it don't help them like people might want it to help them, but it will help them be just his name alone, just like people going into the ring with the Undertaker. That him defeating the Undertaker helped his career big time. So by him being the one that actually broke the Undertaker streak, it makes the people who actually go in the ring with him look even better, I would say. And it's because they are in the ring with the guy who broke the streak. That's how I think anyway. But I do understand where you are coming from too, because really and truthfully, man, I honestly believe that the first time that Samoa Joe faced Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe should have beat him.
Exactly, man. But it was all about Vince booking Brock and Reigns. Look how that shit turned out.
Right.
So Samoa Joe could have just defeated Brock, and then Reigns could have took the title from Joe. Blah 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 blah. I don't know. I mean,
and then Strowman could have took the title from him. I mean, look at. I'm not gonna deny Roman Reigns' talent. The dude is talented. He is. The only thing that he's not talented at is talking. He needs to just shut the hell up. But the dude is he is a good athlete. And I mean, the thing about it is, shit, if you're gonna have him as one of your top guys, don't freaking forget about the other dudes like Braun Strowman, and who is way over with the fans. Samoa Joe, although Samoa Joe is a heel, he's way over with the fans. But look at this. Look at this. Look how Braun Strowman first came out. Braun Strowman was a freaking heel, okay? The dude was a heel. Everybody at first booed his ass. And then the next thing you know, they were like, damn, this dude right here talented as hell. And although he was a heel, people started cheering him. So that turned him face just like that. And then right now, we really do not know if Braun Strowman, you know how Stone Cold was. Stone Cold said he was basically a heel, but he was a heel that was cheered. And see, that's the thing with Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman just got turned face by the fans, although he's supposed to be a heel. So I don't know, man. That's just crazy. But I just hope that they don't waste Braun Strowman, because Braun Strowman could go down as one of the best big men that they ever had in the WWE, because the dude, he's really physical, and he's not like one of these guys that, you could tell that he's a big dude, because he gets around the ring like I don't want to say like a damn Rey Mysterio or nothing, because that ain't true, but he does get around the ring sort of like a cruiserweight, because the dude is quick.
I was about to say that he's quick as a motherfucker for a big man.
So, I mean, the dude, man, I honestly think that Braun Strowman and Joe should have already had a title. Well, Braun had a freaking title, but it was stupid. But anyway,
man, to touch on that WrestleMania, bro, everybody thought it was going to be Rey Mysterio because it was reported that he was in Orlando, blah, blah, blah. And then a motherfucking 10-year-old kid, the son of a legendary referee. And I will say, though, when he reached out for the tag, I can't remember the kid's name. Johnny? Was it Johnny?
Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas. When Nicholas reached out for the tag, the crowd popped like a motherfucker. And then when Strowman tagged them in, they went ballistic.
I did enjoy that.
That was cute.
For the kids' sake, I enjoyed it because I thought it was something different or whatever. I just thought that it could have been, they kind of could have went with giving another wrestler some exposure. They could have had somebody else to come out there other than that kid, man. And then what was really, really funny was they had two New Japan wrestlers in the freaking crowd. And people were pointing at the New Japan wrestlers like, yeah, because everybody was thinking like, oh shit, he about to pick one of the New Japan dudes. And hell no, even the New Japan dude was pointing at himself, like, yeah, man, I'll be your partner. And then this dude go and pick up a little kid. I'm like, really, dude? But like I said, for the kids' sake and everything, and just for the spirit of WrestleMania, I just went along with it. I was like, okay. But I did enjoy the kid, though, because the kid was funny. The kid was funny.
Yeah, man, it was funny. Triple H, on Twitter the next day, they had to release, or somebody said that they had to release the tag team championships due to commitments like recess, math class, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But,
oh my goodness!
So
that little boy said, he said when he come back, he said, what did he say when I get old? Something he said, you gonna get these hands. I was like, oh hell, oh my goodness, man, I love it, man.
So let me finish out here for WrestleMania, and then we can talk about the Hall of Fame and briefly, and then the shakeup and all the other shit, but. Overall, man, what did you think about Mania? I mean, what were your high points, low points? A lot of people are saying it was. Goodness. A lot of people saying it was too dang long of a show, man.
Well, I've heard people say that, but I'm just gonna keep it absolutely real with you, man. This is my thing. WrestleMania, to me, to a lot of people, that's the Super Bowl of wrestling. You should automatically expect for the show to be pretty long. It didn't bother me. I loved it.
I guess they're talking about the fans that were there, not us here at home.
Right. That's what I was about to get to. The people that are actually sitting in the seats, I can understand their frustrations. But for me, I loved it because hell, I'm sitting in the comfort of my home, and I'm chilling. If I want to, I can walk to the bathroom and take a piss, take a whatever, and still hear and know what's going on. And I could go in the kitchen and get me a snack while a match is going on and still hear what's going on. And I ain't gonna miss nothing when I come back. I just sit my ass down and watch it, But, for the people that's sitting in the arena that damn long and having to get around that crowd to go to the bathroom, to go to get something to eat or whatever, I hate it for them. And then I was also thinking about the damn announcer sitting there. I'm like, damn, boy, I don't see how them bitches could sit there and, number one come or number two come. What the hell are you gonna do? Shit up yourself?
Actually, I don't know if you've heard Jim Ross. Jim Ross has.
I heard.
Yeah.
I already know what you're gonna say.
He's done shit all over himself and peed on himself. Yep. Because apparently they're not allowed to go use the bathroom during the broadcast. I mean, Booker T even got in trouble for that. It was during the Elimination Chamber or Raw or something. He just got up and went to go use the bathroom, and whoever his partner was like, "Where's he going?" But of course he didn't say that on air. Mm-hmm. You could even see. I mean, apparently you could see Booker T on camera walking away, and he came back, and Booker T's like, "I had to go use the bathroom."
I don't remember that, but I tell you one thing, I don't blame him. I think that is really pathetic. It really is. And because me and my wife was talking about that the other day, because I brought that up, and I told her, I was like, damn, man, I'm like, I don't know if I could do that, John. I'm like, man, because shit, what if I got to go to the bathroom and I'm just sitting there and sitting there and sitting there? I'm like, man, this is some bullshit. And I told her, I was like, I think for those announcers, they should at least have a one of those porta potties or something somewhere near where they can go to the bathroom right quick if they have to go. And nobody ain't gonna want to go and get a damn catheter, because they got the pocket catheters too and shit. I was like, what the hell you gonna do? Get a pocket catheter and keep sticking something up your damn dickhead because you can't get up to go to the bathroom? That's ridiculous.
It's just stupid, man, because there's 3 people at the fucking broadcast booth. It's not like
exactly,
if one person leaves, the other person can't quote unquote fill it. I don't know, man. It's
and then they do take commercial breaks.
Exactly.
Let these dudes go run to the bathroom right quick. Dang. I bet you Vince go to the bathroom with that headset on his head. He back there, he in there taking the shit. No, damn it, don't say that, damn it, Hell, and these guys sitting up there like, man, you in there taking the shit, hollering at me and shit, and I can't go to the bathroom. It's just crazy, man. Well, but I guess that's what they sign up for, and they know what they are getting themselves into. So,
Well, the money's good. I'll shit all on myself for $300.
Exactly.
$300,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I would say it shocked me that Asuka lost the match.
Yeah.
And I was surprised about
They swerved. They swerved the shit out of us. They swerved us so bad. I honestly, really, truthfully believe that Asuka, I think that Asuka, they were going to let Asuka get that belt, but in order to swerve the audience, I think that they just changed their mind at the last minute because too many people were predicting it. That's what I believe. I think that was a last minute thing, just like Roman Reigns. I believe that was a last minute thing.
Also think about it like this though. When was the last time a streak was broken in that same city?
Yeah.
You see where I'm going there? It's like, okay, The last time a streak was broken was Undertaker, and lo and behold, that same time frame is when WrestleMania was free, so it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yep.
So Vince's logic is probably thinking, this is why you need to buy it. You never know what's going to happen. But look at the flip side, though, okay? I read this perspective the other day. for Asuka to now be not undefeated, that allows her to fight like an underdog as opposed to
Right.
being booked as a monster who can't be beat. So
Right.
that might be a plus for us to see more of her than what we've been seeing. And
I think Stone Cold. I think I heard Stone Cold say that too, because he was talking about how, because I like Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? That's my girl right there, and I honestly believe that if it should have been anybody, it should have been Charlotte, and they had the right person to do it, and just like you said, it now Asuka don't have to carry that undefeated thing like, oh man, when am I, when is my streak going to be broken, this, that, and the other. It makes it a little more believable that she got beat.
oh, come on now, 2.5 years I think it was. About time.
Yep. So I think that the best woman for the job got the job done, and the rest is history. We just gonna have to see where they go now with it. So
I was I was pleasantly surprised with the opener, the triple threat IC match. That match had the crowd just on their feet, and I never so much energy. That match was amazing.
Yeah, I love that match. And one thing about the match though is I wasn't disappointed on the one who won it, but I wanted Finn Balor to win that match.
You ain't the only one, man. There were so many people on the internet that was so surprised that Finn didn't win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember pulling for Finn Balor. I'm like, what? Oh, because we need another fucking Grand Slam champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I felt bad for AJ and Shinsuke though. Because the crowd was not reacting to them at all because they were probably tired as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Shinsuke turning heel, that was unexpected as well.
Yeah.
But his heel character is working out great. Like, I don't speak English.
That shit is just classic.
It's funny as hell.
I love it. I love it. Well, I remember when I first heard him say that, man, I almost fell on the floor. I said, what? I said, this dude tripping. Oh, he don't speak English. I'm like, right, okay. When you don't want to answer no question, me don't speak English. Shit.
Yeah.
But I was really surprised. I was surprised that Shinsuke didn't win that match too. I was surprised about that. It was something that was brought to my attention. I don't know who the hell said it to me. I don't know if I heard it, read it, or what the case may be, but they were like, notice, they built up both of the Japanese people at Royal Rumble and then pretty much buried both of them on WrestleMania. I was like, yeah. But the thing about it is hopefully they get it together and keep them some strong booking going on. Don't because I truly doubt now that Asuka has gotten beaten and whatever the case may be, I truly doubt somebody beat her anytime soon. I don't think somebody's going to beat her anytime soon. I think it's going to be a little while before she does get beat again. So.
Yeah, I remember that, when both Japanese wrestlers lost. And in my head, I'm thinking, interesting. Royal Rumble, of course, that was to say fuck you to New Japan. In my opinion, and then here comes WrestleMania. But obviously, Vince, everyone says he's a genius. He probably has bigger plans for these two, and
yeah. Oh yeah, now I did hear that Vince, at one point in time, he kind of soured on Shinsuke, and the one who was pushing for Shinsuke was Triple H, of course, and they said that a lot of the other wrestlers started pulling for Shinsuke too, and basically, because this is the thing with Vince, and this is well known about Vince. If it's not his creation, he really don't give a damn. And to me, bruh, that is a really stupid way to think, because you are you're taking money out of your pocket doing stuff like that. That's pretty. If you got somebody who was already self-made or whatever the case may be, man, you better freaking use them. You better squeeze as much pennies out of them as you can. Don't sit there and say, "Oh, this wasn't my creation, so I don't care." I mean, that's a really ignorant way of thinking, and that's the ignorant way of thinking that will cause you to go out of business. He better remember what happened to WCW. I'm sure everybody in WCW didn't see the closing day coming, the buyout coming, and see, Vince better be careful with that attitude right there, because I mean, just like it happened to WCW, it can happen to him. So, I mean, I don't see the WWE going out of business no time soon, but I can tell you right now, if they keep on the road that they going on the stupid shit, they are going to lose fans, especially if Ring of Honor and New Japan and all of these other places, and these people are picking, they are bringing the heat right now. They are really, really bringing the heat. That's where WWE getting a lot of their wrestlers and stuff from too, from New Japan and Ring of Honor and stuff like that. If these guys end up building that empire and start really, really getting some TV time, and like New Japan, if New Japan get them a couple English speaking really good announcers, and they pick a channel to put their product on, man, the WWE is going to lose a lot of fans if they keep on with the stupid shit.
So before we wrap up WrestleMania, let me throw out a couple of more things. Where do you see this Bayley and Sasha thing, man? I think you're talking about slow burn, bro.
Goodness, dog. I'm just going to tell you straight up, man. I like both of these ladies. I really do. And I honestly felt like one of them should have went to SmackDown.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Both of them. I just, they are really destroying Bayley. Sasha, not so much. She's getting a little more leeway than Bayley, but they are destroying Bayley. And I just don't get it. And yes, that shit was a slow burn. Now it's heating up, but they were dragging this shit, and we already saw it coming. But I think that them putting Sasha and Bayley against one another is a good thing, because these girls can really, really put on $1 million match. It's been proven. And, and like you said, it's slow burn.
I really thought it was gonna pay off at Mania, because originally they were supposed to go 1-on-1, but they got chucked into the Battle Royal.
Yeah, and you know why that happened, right? That happened because they already had countless matches on there, and they were basically saying, and honestly, as much as oh my goodness, as much as I love The Undertaker and everything, that time plus that's the time where it took Undertaker 50 years to get to the ring, plus Elias coming out there and putting on the shit show he put on. the time that they gave John Cena to do this, that, and the other, that time could have been for Bayley and Sasha.
I will say though, man, the fucking Undertaker's entrance was longer than the match itself.
Longer than the match, right? And then John Cena wasn't able to put up no kind of defense at all.
Yeah, he pretty much got squashed.
Handed to him.
Just got squashed, man. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I joked about it with you off record. Maybe that's why he broke it off with Nikki Bella. You know, he was that pissed off. But
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So yeah, that was WrestleMania. I mean, I'm not gonna crap all over it, but if I had to pick between that or NXT Takeover, I've seen people. I've seen a lot of. We don't do a lot of ratings here, but a lot of people were giving NXT Takeover 10s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did. I gave NXT a 10, absolute 10.
That ladder match was fucking sick, man.
My good dog. Oh, I don't think I've seen a ladder match that good. Not even the one that Seth Rollins them did could top that.
That's what I'm saying.
That match with all that freaking NXT Takeover. Remember, did I say something on something else where you got the message where I said I don't see how in the hell anybody can follow that match or something?
Yeah, I saw that when we were chatting elsewhere off the record.
Okay. Because I was like, damn, man. I was like, how in the hell could anybody follow this match? How? And I think you were the one who said, hell, it's going to even be hard for them to follow that at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
You was right about that shit.
That whole, I mean, and then you know, Baszler winning the championship, the main event, man. I mean, it's just the whole card, man, was top to bottom was off the chain, man.
I just was like, wow, man. That all in all, man. From the Hall of Fame all the way from NXT to WrestleMania to Raw the next day, SmackDown, man. That was just a really, really glorious weekend. No point intended, but it was glorious. I enjoyed it, man. Although a lot of things didn't go my way, oh well, that's just how the ball bounces sometimes. It was still really, really good. I really, really enjoyed it. And I think I enjoyed it more. I think I enjoyed WrestleMania more because of the unexpected things that happened. I think I enjoyed it more because of that. And now that I know why a certain idiot won the U.S. title, you know, because when that match happened, I was like, nah, this is some bullshit. I was like, now, why in the hell did they let this piece of shit win the U.S. title? And then I had to think about that thing. I was like, because he's a transitional champion. And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. So, yeah. That was about the only thing right there that really disappointed me. But I'm not disappointed about it no more because, you know, they had a plan for it. So
I thought Rusev was going to take it because there was rumors that he was threatening to leave the company.
Yeah, but I don't think that's true, though. Yeah. I don't think that he threatened to leave the company because now the way that Rusev is being used and everything, and his character is being abused, and when this dude is totally over with the fans, totally selling merch like a mug with the fans and everything, you would think that, and that was the only reason why they put him in that damn match. They put him in that match because, now that's from what I heard now. I don't know that for a fact, but that's what I heard, that they put him in that match because I did hear something about he was threatening to leave and And then the WWE kind of came to their senses and said, wait a minute, now this dude is really selling merchandise and we're going to have to do this, that, and the other. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but I hope that they start to use Rusev the right way, because honestly, in my opinion, Rusev should have already been a couple times champion already. And I'm talking about world champion. He should have already had that belt.
So,
but let me throw this in there. If you notice, and I'm sure you do, every time that they bring somebody in there that's supposed to be a big time killer, or whatever the case may be, who do they always get to beat the person?
Cena.
John Cena. Every damn time.
Yeah. Cena was built like the modern day Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Just like the time when Umaga, the first defeat that Umaga got was via John Cena. That was dumb.
Yep.
The Great Khali come in there, dominate the Undertaker, put his foot on the Undertaker's chest and pin him. And John Cena, of all freaking people, defeat the Great Khali with an STF. Okay? What kind of bullshit is that? Like, this big old dude couldn't break out of that bullshit and slam this bitch over the ropes. Come on, man. That shit was not realistic. And it was just ridiculous, man. Just like Bobby Lashley. Same thing. John Cena. And that shit just got really, really old. And, you know, that's why a lot of people started shitting on John Cena.
Well, he's off TV and doing the movie thing, so don't have to worry about him for a while.
Good.
So yeah, folks, don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at The Wrestling Cafe, Facebook.com/The Wrestling Cafe, The Wrestling Cafe Potluck. On Facebook, join the group. Come talk to us about wrestling. Don't get it twisted. It's not a group where we talk about our podcast, although you can if you want.
Right.
Big Southern at Big Southern on Twitter. And let's see here. Hall of Fame, man. What quick thoughts about that?
Ooh, boy. I enjoyed the Hall of Fame. So, I heard, I'm going to throw this out there before I say anything more about the Hall of Fame. So, I was kind of disappointed with the Hall of Fame due to one thing. I honestly did not feel like Goldberg should have been the headliner of the Hall of Fame. And I was quite shocked that a lot of other people, and I'm talking about people that I don't even know, I'm talking about people who are in the business, or people that used to be in the business that felt the same way that I felt. They were like, they could have at least put either Mark Henry or the Dudleys as the headliners, not Goldberg. Because, I mean, yes, okay, Goldberg, I'm not going to say that Goldberg shouldn't have went in the Hall of Fame, period. He just shouldn't have been the headliner of it. Plus, I heard and I saw where people, when Goldberg came out, people were walking out, and I'm talking about in big crowds of people.
I was about to say
I'm
that,
talking
man.
about wrestlers, staff, fans, all of that walked out when he came out to give his speech.
Yeah,
Nobody
I was about to bring that up, man. I felt so bad for him.
I didn't. I was like, you know, he just, and then, you know, I heard too that Goldberg which I knew this for a fact because I've been hearing this shit for a very, very long time. Even when he was in WCW, they were talking about how Goldberg used to shit on a lot of people, and you know, he thought he was better than a lot of people, even a lot of the people that were already in the business way before he was ever thought of. How he used to disrespect a lot of the talent, how he used to be reckless in the ring, but not apologize for the stuff that he did. You know, just like him, he was the reason why Bret Hart is screwed up now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he never apologized for the shit. And that was something that it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And, you know, I would just don't blame people for not wanting to hear his shit. I listened to his speech out of respect, you know, and just because, hey, you know, I'm a wrestling fan, and I do want to hear what you got to say. But I just felt like, you know, like I said, the only thing that rubbed me the wrong way with the Hall of Fame was Goldberg being the headliner of it. The speech that I enjoyed the most, oh man, it had to be Mark Henry's speech. I think Mark Henry had speech of the night. I think that the Dudleys had the next best speech of the night. I enjoyed Hillbilly Jim. I enjoyed him. And I kinda in between enjoyed Ivory. And the only reason why I did enjoy Ivory is because I was a fan of Ivory's when she was still wrestling and everything. And I did enjoy what she did at the end when she was basically saying that she never got married and all of that, and she basically said she was married to the business and everything. I liked that. And other than that, you know, everything was pretty cool. It was good. I had no complaints about it.
I will say that I enjoyed the Dudleys. I was surprised that Devon spoke a majority of the time.
Oh man, me too.
Let's see. Mark Henry, I didn't get a chance to see it all because there was a zoo at my house that night. I mean, of course, it's on demand. I can go check it out. But I heard that he did a heartfelt plea out to Martha Hart.
Yep.
And so I gotta go see that. Hillbilly Jim, I mean, I respect his speech, but way too damn long for me.
Yeah, he did go. 'Cause I was like, okay, Hillbilly Jim, okay. You know, I mean, I watched it, like I said, because, you know, I was just excited. But the guy, he did take up a lot of time. And then
I'm not even gonna front, bro. Real quick, I'm not even gonna front because I tuned in right when he was talking. I had to look. I'm like, who the hell is this? Oh shit, this is Hillbilly. I'm not used to seeing him all pimped up like that. You know
in
what
a
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. But he did talk for a good while. And then what's so funny is a lot of people say, I'm not going to take up a lot of your time. And then they be on there, yangity, 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 yangity. You be like, damn. The only one who came out there and did what he said he was going to do was Kid Rock.
Exactly.
Kid Rock said, I'm not going to be out here long, and he wasn't.
Well, he had to get the fuck out because he had a cruise to get ready for. That's why he wasn't there on WrestleMania Day.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you told me that because I did. I was trying to figure that out because you know how, because a lot of my folks was coming at me and asking me, man, you know why Kid Rock didn't perform at WrestleMania? I was like, no, I don't know. And they were like, you think it has something to do with what he said at the Hall of Fame? I was like, hell no. I said, I bet you Vince was in the back loving that shit. And but because usually the person that gives the theme music for the WrestleMania. They usually perform it.
Yeah, like Pitbull
So
and shit.
yeah, and plus when they had the match with sexy ass Ronda Rousey, Lord have mercy. Anyway, when they had the match, you know, with her, Kurt, and Triple H and Stephanie, and I saw Stephanie and Triple H and them come out with the motorcycles and stuff, I was like, oh, we ain't gonna get no American Badass then, because they are not gonna have two people come out, two entrances with motorcycles. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
So
see, that was reported backstage, though. I mean, that was reported on these dirt sheets that somebody saw like a dozen of motorcycles in the back, so they thought they thought it was gonna be for Undertaker, but
okay.
that was one thing I forgot to get your opinion about. Rewinding real quick to WrestleMania. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna lie, bro. I mean, I was really entertained and impressed with that Ronda Rousey match, man.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah, let me tell you something, man. All of these people, and I'm about to get to something else regarding that too, that has nothing to do with WrestleMania, but I'm going to talk about it. I thought that Ronda Rousey, she held her own really good. She did a fantastic job. She really did. She proved them son of a bitches wrong. That's just all to it. She proved them absolutely wrong.
My favorite spot was when she reversed out of the pedigree and did the Hurricanrana. I can't pronounce that right, but
that Hurricanrana, yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck yeah, that was sweet, man, the way she did that.
But did you remember the part where she had Triple H up in the? She had him just standing there with this dude, this big ass dude. This woman holding this dude, didn't even break a damn sweat. Her legs wasn't shaking or nothing. That girl is strong as hell.
Yeah,
I
man.
was like, damn.
So, I rated that match 5 stars, dude. I mean, I had to give it. It was great. I think there was a spot where she got slammed through the table, and then she got back up and slowly went back to the ring and started whooping ass. I think towards the middle of the match, that whole match was just off the hook, dude.
Now, the only thing that I had an issue with, and in that match, was something that my boy Taz brought out. Taz was talking about it, and he said that he really felt like, when Ronda went to go and put the arm bar on Stephanie, there shouldn't have been no resistance at all, because that's not realistic, because Stephanie is not even in Ronda Rousey's league. So once she went to put that arm bar on Stephanie, she should have just put the arm bar on Stephanie with no resistance. Even if Stephanie was trying to resist it, she should have got it, because it's just not realistic with Ronda Rousey. I understood what Taz was coming from with that, although a lot of other people, I'm sure, didn't even notice that, and they didn't care about that. And a lot of times people like to nitpick, which I don't have a problem with the nitpicking, as long as the nitpicking ain't stupid, and I didn't think that was a stupid concept that Taz brought up. I thought that was a good concept, or a good nitpick, or whatever you want to call it.
See, I agree with you, but this is where it gets all twisted when you try to combine realism and storytelling. I think the story was to build up to that finisher, you know what I'm saying, to pop the crowd. And recent news just came out that superstar Billy Graham apparently claimed that Ronda Rousey proposed that she puts the finishing move on Triple H. And he thought
and then Triple H, instead of Stephanie tapping out, it was supposed to be Triple H or some junk.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you, man, I don't think I would have. I wouldn't have liked that. I think I would have shit on that.
They teased
because
it was
it would have been like, damn, Triple H has been in the ring with some of the greatest wrestlers in the world. And you mean to tell me you gonna tap? And I'm not trying. I love women. I love you, women. I'm not a freaking sexist and all of this type of shit. I'm just keeping it real. I just wouldn't have wanted to see Triple H tap out to a woman. Sorry, I just wouldn't want to see that. Now, I could see if Kurt Angle would have dogged Triple H out real good and Ronda would have pinned his ass, I would have took that. But see, being that it was supposed to be a mixed match challenge match, or not mixed match challenge, mixed match. Ugh, goodness, you know what I'm saying?
Say that 3 times fast, bro.
Right. Being that it was supposed to be that type of match,
Intergender.
the women supposed to fight the women and the men supposed to fight the men.
Mixed tag match.
But you already knew, right? But you already know that it was going to turn out to be, they were going to have to make Ronda look good by dogging Triple H out a little bit, and even and Kurt Angle even put the freaking ankle lock on Stephanie. That shit was funny. I loved it. I said, yes, get her. I was loving it. Because I'm sick and tired of Stephanie coming out there and she basically slapped the shit out of somebody, but she never received a receipt. Never. I was getting sick of that. So I was just glad to see that happen. But anyway, back to the superstar Billy Graham, dumbass bastard. Yeah.
On the side note, real quick here in Killer K studio, I got an alarm system put in, and if you guys hear a voice in the background, that's every time someone comes to my house, it'll tell me the door that's being opened. So
wow,
like side door, front door, sliding door. So if you people out there, if you people hear that, don't worry about your homeboy. I'm all right.
For real, nobody ain't gonna come kill him. Don't worry. He's the killer. That's Killer K. All right? Shit.
Well, yeah, man, thoughts about that Billy Graham shit, man?
I was disappointed. I was truly disappointed in Billy Graham because, you would think that Billy Graham would be one of the ones that would kind of try to support the up-and-comers or whatever the case may be. But this dude was totally shitting on Ronda Rousey like he tried to date her at one time and she turned him down or some shit. And I'm sitting there like, damn, dude, this dude is going in on this woman. And I'm sitting there like, this is ridiculous. And, he brought up the point about he thought it was disrespectful for her to be using Roddy Piper's, rowdy shit. But when Roddy Piper himself gave her permission to use that.
And then on top of that, man, Roddy's Piper's son literally flew in to Royal Rumble and hand delivered the jacket to her. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm I was disappointed in Billy Graham. I really was. I was like, see, this dude right here is all now he's what's the word? I'm bitter. He's bitter. And because he's broke. Nobody told you to go out there and freaking spend up all your damn money and go broke and shit. And now you mad because you broke. And, and now your liver is failing again. Nobody, that's not nobody's fault.
See, that's the thing. He was hacked. From what I've heard, he was hacked because WWE didn't want to help him with the liver transplant, and then he fucking sold his Hall of Fame ring for $10,000, bro, and
denounced his Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah,
that was just so ignorant on his part, and I think that man, I would not want if I was in the wrestling business, man. And I was one of the top stars at one time, or whatever the case may be, man. I would not. Billy Graham is going to go down as just being a bitter bastard. That's exactly what he's going to go down as being. Because, a lot of these guys, just because the wrestling business didn't work out for them the way that they really wanted it to, they start to shit on the business. And that, I think that's sad. I really think that's sad.
Well, hey, that has a nice ring to it, though. Superstar bitter Billy Graham.
Or we should say superstar bitter Graham. Yeah. Yeah, superstar bitter graham cracker. Anyway, let me shut up. So, yeah, man.
Bitter graham cracker.
But that's sad though, man. How this dude just I mean, he just went off the script on old girl. I'm like, damn, dude. Wow.
Yeah, man. So, but back to the circling back to the Hall of Fame real quick. You know, it is what it is. It was what it was. Mark Henry is probably the one that shocked me the most to be out there. Well, no, actually, Jeff Jarrett, considering his past with the WWE.
I forgot about it. Man, damn. See, I didn't even say nothing. Damn. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett, man. That was one of the ones that I was really happy about too. And a lot of people, of course, were shitting on Jeff Jarrett, and I was sitting there like, y'all bitches just so stupid. You just do not get it. One thing about Jeff Jarrett, man, yes, Jeff Jarrett was underrated. He was underrated when he was with the WWE. They didn't use Jeff Jarrett the right way. Jeff Jarrett, in my opinion only, I don't know about you, but when Jeff Jarrett was in the WWE, Jeff Jarrett should have been one of those that should have went further than what he did. And, you know, Jeff Jarrett just got tired of getting shitted on. And once again, Jeff Jarrett was not Vince's creation. So, you know, he got what he got. And then see, one of the things that really, really qualified Jeff Jarrett, in my opinion, it should be a fact. It's a fact to me. But anyway, the dude, look at what this dude has done outside of the WWE. The dude, him and his dad started TNA. If they hadn't started TNA wouldn't even be around right now.
Speaking of TNA,
look
at the people that used to be from
yeah.
AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe.
Yep.
You know what I'm
saying?
Those
were all guys that Jeff Jarrett he was the first one to really, really put those guys out and show the people the talent that those guys possess. He was the one who did that. That's why I said Jeff Jarrett is a Hall of Famer. He is. So I mean, I don't know why them people just had a shit fit over that.
In my opinion, I think people are having shit fits because he, quote, walked out on WWF at the time. They had a handshake agreement, so he said I was gonna blah 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 blah, and then he shows up on Nitro. Kind of like the same reason why Vince, shit on Luger, because Luger did the same thing. So with Vince, if you cross him like that, he's gonna fucking have a vendetta for a while.
But you know who else did that too? Ravishing Rick Rude.
Yep.
Ravishing Rick Rude really shitted on him because Ravishing Rick Rude.
He was on the same show twice.
That bitch. Thank you. Yep.
That was funny as fuck, man. You watching him on Raw and Nitro.
Yep.
I'm getting 2 paychecks, nigga.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So that was one of the things that really kept him out for so long. Man, have you noticed that they have been really, really calling out Chyna's name more now?
Oh yeah. I'm like,
so
okay, now she's dead. So next year she's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Watch.
That's exactly what I said. Yep. And if anything, oh my goodness, man, we got so. Okay, so another thing, and sorry, people, but anyway, it's been so long since we did a podcast, man, but. This is one of my things, man, that was kind of I kind of was just disappointed about this. Now, the Moolah thing, the Fabulous Moolah. When they were going to name that Royal Rumble, the Moolah women's whatever, all of these people had a freaking problem with that. They went batshit crazy about it. They went so crazy till the WWE, one of the sponsors of the WWE, I think it was Snickers, got in contact with the WWE and told them that, hey, we are not, we don't want to be a part of this, because if this lady in fact did this, that, and the other, which were all freaking allegations, but anyway, we don't want to have nothing to do with it, and so WWE changed the name. And I was kind of disappointed about that. And then what really got me was when, you know, they still haven't done the greatest Royal Rumble yet, but they are doing the greatest Royal Rumble in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And these people are people that are pretty much keeping women down. The women are not allowed to be in sports or anything like that. Now, they can go to the sporting events, but they can't participate. And they just allowed women to start being able to go and do stuff like that. So what kind of pissed me off was the hypocrisy behind that shit. Y'all bitches fought really hard to get that Moolah match changed, but you didn't fight that hard to get the Saudi Arabia thing changed. They could have been like, man, hell no, we're not going to support this Saudi Arabia shit, you know, because you sitting up there and you got these people shitting on women, but then you want to change the match at WrestleMania because somebody said that Moolah did this, that, and the other. To me, that's pretty much the same damn thing. If you said that Moolah was shitting on women and shit like that, and then you say that Saudi Arabia is shitting on women, but you were just going to go along with the Saudi Arabia thing, but the hell with the Moolah thing. That's stupid.
I think it's all about the money and the public backlash that the WWE would get, the money that they won't get if they don't go over there, and then the backlash that they will get if they don't go over there. If they try to start a fight with them and be like, look, you know, we're going to take our business elsewhere, how's that going to make them look as a company? Because ever since they become a publicly traded company, man, have you noticed they've gone soft a little bit? Yeah.
Yes, sir, because let me tell you, I honestly believe, because Vince McMahon is a stubborn ox. That dude is stubborn. And for them to
gives you something to look forward to, man, when you hit 72, huh?
But when Vince, now I heard a lot of older people say, the older they get, the more they don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that has been proven so many damn times. Because, you know, older people, they'll tell you if you fat as hell, they'll say you need to lose some weight, you fat motherfucker. You know, just different stuff. They don't care. Shit. But, you know, but it's just like, yeah, I understand where you are coming from with that. But I'm, you know, apparently, I mean, apparently Snickers ain't sponsoring them with this Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I have no idea, but I just felt like if Snickers felt so strongly about Moolah, they should have felt even stronger about the Saudi Arabia shit.
Yeah, man.
But
real quick on the Moolah thing. I mean, she was employed all the way up until she died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So somebody had to know something. Are you telling me, if this shit was true, you telling me that somebody within that big ass organization didn't know a damn thing? And if they did know something, then we got to place the blame on them for not saying something. You know what I mean? But
let me throw this in there too. So I haven't heard it myself, but I heard a few people talking about the lady. What was that lady's? Goodness, Brown something.
Sweet Brown. I can't remember. I know who you're talking about.
Sweet Georgia Peach. Some shit her name was.
Yeah.
Brown something. One of her kids came out and said that shit that they were saying about Moolah was bullshit. I heard about that, and I was like, well, damn, who telling the truth? See, that's why you cannot go off of allegations. I was like, And then a lot of people just coming out like the shit is facts. But this is my thing, too. Jim Cornette even was talking about this shit. He was like, okay, so you mean to tell me they shit all over Moolah, but nobody had a damn thing to say about Mae Young when Mae Young used to pretty much do the same shit back in the day. Mae Young used to pretend like she was going to, have a female go out and prostitute or whatever. But they used to have the guy to meet them in a spot, and then Mae Young used to go whip the dude's ass because Mae Young was a tough cookie. Say Mae Young used to beat up guys and rob them, take their money. And the guys were so embarrassed that they got their ass whipped by a woman that they didn't go report it. But they named the event after her. And nobody had shit to say about that. And I was like, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. I don't get down with the hypocrisy. I really just don't get down with that shit. Well, and I thought that was really messed up of them to go to do that.
Yeah, man. And speaking of Mae Young, and they're gonna do another Mae Young classic here pretty soon. That's gonna be, and they're thinking about doing an all women's show on the network.
Yeah, they talking about doing that because of that freaking Saudi Arabia shit. Since they won't be a part of that, talking about putting all of the NXT, SmackDown, and Raw women superstars together to put on the show. I hope that they really do have that done. I hope so. And to those people who have been living under a rock or whatever the case may be, they also are bringing in the cruiserweight tag titles. I don't know when they are supposed to do that. And they also supposed to bring in a women's tag team title, which I heard that they are trying to launch that by the summertime. The women's part, anyway.
Summerfest.
And, huh?
Oh, Summerfest.
Yeah. So, let me tell you what an idea that I ran across one of my homeboys. I don't know if I told you about this yet or not. But you know how they did that mixed match challenge thing on Facebook?
Yeah.
I think that the way that they ought to do the women's tag team titles is they ought to have it on Facebook Live, not Facebook Live, but the Facebook video thing, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And
Facebook
they ought
Watch.
to have the tournament for that on there, and then have the actual face-off match between the finalists at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but to pimp the network, they're gonna make it a network exclusive. So.
But they they did that, like the mixed match challenge. After they got done with the mixed match challenge, they actually all of the matches got put on the network.
Yeah,
so
they should do that.
That is a way for them to pimp out the network right there too.
It's gonna end up on the network anyway, so I might as well just do Facebook.
Yeah.
I think the reason why they won't do it is because the viewership wasn't all that great. I think that's why WWE might not do it.
Yeah, but because the viewership started out really good, and I even noticed that it just the numbers just start going
down,
further and further each
every week.
what you
after
call
the first
it.
week.
But now the last couple of them did good because people already knew what it was going to come down to. People already knew it was going to be Oscar and The Miz versus Bobby Roode and Charlotte. Everybody knew that was going to be what it was going to be, and everybody already knew that Oscar and The Miz was going to win it because they were still protecting Oscar's streak at the time. So, we should have kind of put 2 and 2 together at that moment and said, you know what, Charlotte going to beat her ass at WrestleMania. That kind of should have told us something. But I didn't think about that.
I'm kind of glad, though, really. I mean, touching on this Oscar undefeated thing real quick, I'm kind of glad now that it was, even like with the Undertaker streak, it got old after a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah,
fucking pin the bitch already. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Taker beat him already.
But, I feel you. But the one thing that could have been left alone, in my opinion, is the Roman Reigns beating him streak. Not beating his streak, but beating him too. Because really and truthfully, the last really good match that The Undertaker had, in my opinion, at WrestleMania, I honestly think it was
Michaels, 26.
It was when it wasn't when he went against Brock, most definitely not. I'm trying to think of when, because it wasn't really even good when he fought Bray. I'm trying to think of, because the last person he fought before, because I know he had a match with CM Punk. That was a good match. He had a good match with, he had a Mania with Edge. That was a good match. Randy Orton, that was a good match. Now, once he got with Brock, man, Undertaker was pretty much beat up. He was already just, man, the dude was freaking done, and for them to have Roman Reigns to beat him too, man, that really didn't do shit for nothing. I mean, it was just stupid. It was pointless to me.
Again, it's Vince's mind thinking, hey, if we pair him up with Taker, that'll help boost his popularity.
That was just, but people shitted on that too. Remember the night after he beat Undertaker? That son of a bitch caught the worst booze I ever heard in my life. And then I remember that Monday after, the people would not even let the dude talk. They booed him so bad.
Yeah, every time he put the microphone to his mouth, they booed.
What, about 10 minutes?
Yup.
So,
So, yeah, man, let's, again, guys, at The Wrestling Cafe on Twitter, facebook.com/TheRasslingCafe, TheRasslingCafe.com, on Facebook, the group, come join our group, facebook.com, it's The Wrestling Cafe Potluck, at Big Southern, and, I'm gonna tell y'all now, if y'all can be the 50th reviewer, you're gonna get a gift card to a restaurant. So spread the word, share the podcast. I didn't mention this at the beginning because I want to make sure you motherfuckers you people are listening.
You motherfuckers.
Make sure y'all listening, and retweet the podcast. But leave a comment, on our Facebook page or TheRasslingCafe.com when this podcast is posted. Or you can leave a review using your phone in iTunes or your computer, however the hell you want to do it. But yeah, we covered a lot of shit, man. But let's talk about quickly here. We'll do our predictions for GRR, the Greatest Royal Rumble. Which, if you don't, I don't know if you know the entire card. I'm not sure.
I know most of it.
And
I I do know that they are going to have both world titles defended. They are going to have the Intercontinental and the U.S. title defended. I have no idea.
The tag team championship match.
They're going to have both of them, both of the tag teams. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, they got Matt and Bray against the Bar.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. And also, I have no idea if they are going to do anything with the Cruiserweight title. I don't know. Haven't heard anything about that.
Fuck, man, we didn't even talk about them, man. I mean, who's the new champion now?
You really asking me that shit? You know what, man? I'm sorry, but I don't keep up with that. I honestly don't. I think it's sad because they do have some really good talent. I just can't get into it, man, because it's just not like. I honestly think that WCW did the best job with the Cruiserweights, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's just all I got to say about that. I don't know who the freaking champion is.
On the side note, real quick, man, I got all my predictions wrong from a couple of podcasts ago.
Okay.
I said Undertaker wasn't going to be at Mania. I said, and you can give me your opinion about this if you want.
Okay.
I said Carmella was going to cash in June, and then I said the Cruiserweight 205 Live was going to be gone, but Triple H took over and things are getting better now, apparently.
Yeah, and then they got that dude, Rockstar Spud, which they done changed his name. And see, he's one of the ones that make it really interesting, too. Undertaker, I knew Undertaker was going to end up showing up on WrestleMania because I was like, there's no reason for them to have John Cena sitting up here calling out the Undertaker and the Undertaker don't show up, period. I knew something was going to happen with that. Also, after WrestleMania, I really was hoping, well, during WrestleMania, I was really hoping that they would have swerved us and they would have had Carmella come out there and cash in on Naya's ass. That's what I thought was going to happen. I would not thought was going to happen. That's what I would hoped would have happened. But after Charlotte beat Asuka and there was no cash in, and I was hearing rumblings about different things, people who were going to be coming in at not WrestleMania, but at the Superstar Shake-Up thing, and hearing that my girls Billie Kay and Peyton Royce was going to show up, I kind of was like, I think Charlotte is going to end up getting dogged out somehow. I didn't think it was going to be them. I thought that Charlotte was going to come out there and start talking shit, and then Asuka was going to come out there and lay her ass out, and Carmella was going to cash in. I called the cash in with Carmella on SmackDown at that, after the day after WrestleMania. I did call that, but I did not know it was going to be Billie Kay and Peyton Royce that was going to dog her out.
It had to be somebody, though. So you knew it was going to be somebody, so you had to have
Yeah. And I thought that it would have really been, because word was going, a rumor had it that Carmella was going to unsuccessfully cash in, and I honestly thought that would have been the dumbest fuckery bullshit that they could even do, because why would you have your first Money in the Bank, Miss Money in the Bank champion lose? That would be so dumb and pointless. So after she didn't cash in at WrestleMania, I was like, yep, Carmella is going to be your next women's champion. I knew it was going to happen.
Man, the thing
And
that just
it
annoys
happened.
me with Carmella is that motherfucking scream that she does. It's so
Oh boy, that bitch is so. I'm sorry. I mean, that young lady is so sexy. She is so. I don't give a damn. She can scream all she want.
man, the high
She
pitched
is
scream though.
so
I'm like,
sexy.
man, I don't know if you remember this lady. Her name was Daphne. She used to be David Flair's manager or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, it reminded me of her. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, I remember old Daphne with her screaming ass. Yeah, I remember. Yep.
And you know, a lot of people are shitting all over Carmella because when she kicked Charlotte, the kick barely even hit Charlotte. It looked like it hit her hair. You know what I'm saying? Instead of her
Yeah,
face,
but you got to, when you are doing stuff like that, you got to be careful with that kind of shit. You can't just all out. You know, you got to have control of your reflexes. You know what I'm saying? She messed around and kicked that girl in her damn head, man, and fuck around and kill her. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's how a lot of people career has ended now because of kicks to the head.
Yeah, hello,
you got
Bret
to
Hart.
be careful with that.
Yeah, like Bret.
Exactly.
Speaking of Bret, let me throw this out here real quick because it kind of.
Oh Lord, another bitter one. Yep. Go ahead. I love Bret Hart.
I read the news item. I want to just get your opinion. We don't have to dwell on it because, like I said, it only comes up because this guy's related to this other guy. But at WrestleCon,
Oh hell, yep.
have you heard about that one?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? For those that don't know what the hell we're talking about, I guess Jake the Snake and Davey Boy Smith's son got into it. Davey Boy Smith Jr. threw hot coffee in his face in Jake's face, and blah 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 blah. 'Cause all the shit talking that Jake's been doing over the years. You think that was cool to do?
Nope. I do not think that was cool to do. I think that was shitty of him. And I feel like, okay, honestly, Jake the Snake is only giving his account on how he feel about the dude. And I mean, so why would you get upset about that? I'm sure that what's his name? Damn, I'm just gonna say Davey Boy Smith Jr. I'm sure that he has issues with people too, and he doesn't talk shit about people. And the thing about it is, you know, Jake the Snake, just keeping it real, Jake the Snake ain't trying to come out and just because Davey Boy Smith is dead and say, oh yeah, he was this, that, and the other, I loved him. He said he had a problem with him. And I mean, you can't get mad about that shit. They had issues. They were beefing. So I mean, he probably felt the way that he felt about old boy, and that was his opinion of how he felt about him. And old boy, Jake, he from what I heard, he wanted Jake the Snake to come step to the side so that they could talk about the stuff what was going. How did Jake the Snake know that this dude wasn't gonna want to fight him? I mean, you were stupid enough to throw hot coffee in the man's face. I mean, what make me think that you wasn't gonna try to fight me? And now the freaking moron is wanted for simple battery. And I mean, that's just ignorant. And he can face up to 60 days in jail and a $1,000 fine for being a fool. I mean, that was really stupid.
Man, do you think, I mean, it's probably going to be a while until Jake the Snake goes to Starbucks now, huh?
Man, I could care less if Starbucks burned to the freaking ground. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. Forgot about
but
that.
You good.
Forgot about that. I forgot about that story. Should have said it.
But I ain't even gonna get into. I'll tell you about that off of here. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So last year it was about James Cornette and Santino. This year, of course, they're different events, not WrestleCon, but
right.
Jake the Snake and I think that's his name. I think British Bulldog named his kid after himself. You know what I'm saying? Davy Boy or Davy Smith Jr. Isn't it?
His name is something else. I just can't remember his freaking damn name. Damn.
I've always heard
I
people refer.
forgot.
Yeah, but let's see. Let's do the shake up and then the greatest Royal Rumble. You know, I made an off record comment that pretty much all they're doing is swapping rosters. You know, you saw the Riot Squad show up, so you knew what the fuck's their names? Absolution was gonna go over to SmackDown.
Yeah, but they did that. That was one of the ones that they did not announce on SmackDown.
Well, they didn't announce it because you know they were headed off to South America or Africa, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a lot of the other ones were too, and they still announced them.
And Paige, she's the new GM.
Oh man, I love that. I called that shit too.
The retirement part though on Raw the day after Mania, that was kind of sad to see her do that retirement thing. But you know, I mean, all the fans, we knew that it was coming, but
yeah,
it was still sad to see. At 25 fucking years old, bro, she retired.
Yep. And I hope that she has a miracle story like Daniel Bryan too. I hope that they come up with something, you know, some kind of something that could fix whatever is going on with her, because that's a big loss to the women's division, a very, very big loss. So I was so damn excited about seeing Paige come back, man. I mean, I was just super excited, and then she ended up having to retire because of her neck.
Yeah, and thank goodness that Sasha didn't get no backlash over that I know of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. People are still trying to blame Sasha for that shit, man. I'm sitting there like, man, y'all some idiots, man. I do understand where some of the people are coming from, but one of the things that I don't get is, you know, don't blame Sasha for that shit when Paige went with it. Paige wanted that spot to happen. And who was it that I think was it Lance Storm that was talking about? I don't want to call the wrong name, but I think it was him. That's what I'm gonna say. I think it was him who said that he felt like that was unnecessary for them to do that, especially knowing that Paige had neck issues. You know,
I could see that.
When you know, but he wasn't blaming Sasha. He was blaming the company. He said that they should have. He said he know that the company, because see, when they do stuff in the ring, most of their high points and stuff like that, what they are going to do in the ring and everything, they run that by Vince McMahon, and he has to approve everything. So for him to approve that, he shouldn't have. He should have been against that. He should have been, no, we're not going to do anything to risk injury.
Let me just ask this one question, since we're talking about the women's division here.
Okay.
Can you tell me what reason? Okay, Mickie James went from face to heel.
I don't know.
What was the fucking explanation? She just showed up out of nowhere and was just like the lackey, quote unquote, for Bliss. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what?
Yeah, that blew my mind, because I was like, this is some bullshit, because it should be the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't even hurt. It wouldn't even hurt Bliss. It wouldn't hurt her. And then, you know, I guess Mickie James is happy with what she's doing already, because, you know, Mickie James is doing other things besides wrestling. So I'm sure she's probably not tripping off of getting the title again. But I honestly felt like, you know, Mickie James at least should get the title once more, even if she's a transitional champion.
Honestly, you know, I think Charlotte's gonna be, because right now Trish is the record holder. I think they want Charlotte to break Trish's record.
Oh yeah, man, Charlotte is gonna break everybody's shit. Yep. When it comes to the women, Charlotte is gonna break everybody's shit.
Because right now she's 2-0 at Mania, I think.
Isn't she more than that?
Okay, wasn't last. Okay, what happened? Okay, 2 years ago.
I know she had a match with Sasha.
So she had a match. The first one was Sasha and what's her name?
Bailey.
No, not Bailey.
Okay, wait a minute.
What the hell's her name? The chick with the accent. Like Sheamus.
Oh, Becky.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, with her sexy. Yeah.
You know, the reason I've heard on the quick side note that Kevin Dunn does not like her accents. That's why she's not being
Kevin
pushed.
Dunn is a piece of freaking shit. That's all I got to say. I don't give a damn. Let me tell you something.
I feel bad for Becky.
I could listen to Becky Lynch talk all damn day. I'd be happy. I love that accent. I love her accent. I love Paige's accent. I love Billy Kay and Peyton Royce's accent. I love Maurice's accent. All of that. All the women that have an accent, except for Oscar, I like. I do like Oscar though.
If you love the Iconics, because they can't call them the other thing. They can't call them the other thing now because of, I think it was a song or some shit like that, or a group or something. I can't remember. They are on Lillian Garcia's latest podcast. She did
okay.
And if you listen to it, Peyton Royce is a huge Eddie Guerrero fan.
I got to listen to that. And, I definitely got to.
I listened to that a couple of days ago, and I can't front. I ain't trying to discriminate, hate, or be racist or anything like that, but they drive me nuts.
Man. Wow, you talking about the
they just it's the talent's there, but you talk too damn much. Shut up.
Keep talking, baby. Shit.
You know, like when I can't remember which one does it, but they always come out. Well, you know, they're mocking the other person.
Yeah.
You know. I'm like,
I love it. Oh, that just makes my heart melt.
Then you're gonna love the podcast, man.
I'm gonna listen to it. Yes, I am. Shit. As soon as I heard about Paige, I went straight and listened to it. I love listening to them women talk, man. Shit.
Yeah, and, you know, and a quick spoiler. I mean, I listened to that night, so I was sleeping and woke up, slept. I didn't hear everything, but I heard enough to know that Peyton, she loves Eddie Guerrero. That's all I remember right now. They got an email about, you know, audition, and then the audition. I don't know. It was just go listen to it.
There's a lot of I noticed that there's a lot of the females that love Eddie Guerrero, because I know Sasha Banks is a big Eddie Guerrero just fanatic.
Yeah, then, I mean, just for them. I mean, 12 years later, 13. He passed on 205, right? 2005. 13 years later, his legacy is still talked about. With his mannerisms, his in ring. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Eddie was the shit, man. He's always gonna be. He's always gonna be in my top 10, man.
He was just died before his time.
Yeah, and so yeah, the Superstar shakeup, though, basically in a nutshell, in my opinion, it wasn't as exciting compared to a couple years ago. Because it looks like they just swapped rosters, you know what I'm saying? Like I was starting to say earlier, but it was cool to see. I will say, because I've been with my life how it's been lately, I just try to stay away from spoilers and blah, 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 blah. I had no idea McIntyre was going to show up on Raw. That blew me a loop.
Oh, man. You know, I knew that McIntyre was going to be brought up, but I didn't think it was going to be Raw. I thought it was going to be SmackDown.
Oh, same here.
I did not know that he was going to show up with Dolph Ziggler. I think, man, if they do that right, oh my goodness, dude, that is going to be awesome.
That'd be a good time. Sanity was also brought up.
Yeah, I thought so that just kills the whole thing about them possibly being led by Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, because on the wrestling, for those that don't know what we're talking about, on the Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer reported that Bray is going to turn on Matt
Matt.
Hardy and reveal himself to be the leader of Sanity.
Sanity.
But it's cool that they're going to show up on SmackDown and just do their own thing.
And then I tell you what else is so crazy. One of the people that have a big part in the Woken universe, Brother Nero, got put on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how in the world. What I don't get it. I don't get that.
I kind of get it when it comes to money, because before Jeff left, I think I want to say back in 2009, I want to say, he was on fire. He was making the company money, so I think they're going back to the well with Jeff. Like, this guy, the kids love him, the women love him. He's always been a top baby face, one of the top baby faces.
and he still got shit left in the tank. So, I was just so happy. I'm happy for so many of these guys, man, that came back, that want to finish up their career in the WWE, because that's where they should finish up their career. I was absolutely happy to see Bobby Lashley, big ass. That dude looked like a freaking tank.
I also read that Dave Meltzer, I keep plugging this motherfucker. He needs to plug us one of these days.
For real.
That there are 2 wrestlers that Brock Lesnar is scheduled to be pinned by before he leaves for UFC, and Bobby Lashley is not one of them. I don't know if that's just a rumor, because one of the dream matches, quote unquote, is to have a Lashley against Lesnar, but it doesn't sound like that's going to happen.
Yep.
I don't know why they don't want that. I don't know why they don't want that to happen. That would be, I don't know.
Because Bobby Lashley black. Let's just keep it real. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
that's exactly. Yeah, that's what I think.
Let's not have a black guy beat a white guy. So okay, I get it.
But man, I seriously, I'm just saying, I'm just talking about, if now they are not going to let him pin Brock Lesnar for that belt. I guarantee you that, and that's sad. I don't know, man. I shouldn't have said that, because I don't want. But anyway, I mean, I just don't want to be a fake. I just want to say how I feel. This shit it's real. That it's sad that they would even do this man like that. And I was listening to Taz, which is another one. Here we go, plugging his ass again. He need to plug us. I heard Taz talking about Bobby Lashley, and Taz was kind of disappointed, which I understand exactly where Taz was coming from. He said Bobby Lashley just came back. Why in the hell would you put Bobby Lashley in a 10-man tag match on his second week back in the company? Why would you do that? He was like, right now, with Bobby Lashley, you should be trying to build him up like as the biggest shit that you have in your company, because there's a lot of people who are new to wrestling that don't even know who the hell the dude is. So why would you? He was saying that, and I agree. He said that they should have the spotlight all over Bobby Lashley right now, and I just agree with that. Bobby Lashley, I know back in the day, they said that Vince was really, really high on Bobby Lashley, and Vince wanted to make Bobby Lashley the first actual black world champion for the WWE, because if you really look at it, let's keep it real. There's not been a black man who's held that belt yet. People always talk about The Rock. No, not The Rock. Because The Rock embraces his Samoan side more than any damn thing. So you cannot say The Rock. You cannot say The Rock. That's just like people saying, "No, I'll leave that alone." But go ahead.
Nah, man, it's so yeah, the shake up though, y'all got the list out there, man. The Good Brothers are coming, the Bar is coming to SmackDown. I'm just mainly talking about SmackDown, but I'm interested to see how Mandy Rose and Sonya. See, I'm kind of
Yeah,
disappointed in that though because they could have done something with Sonya and Ronda because even though Sonya only was 2-1 apparently in UFC.
she still was there.
Yeah, exactly. She still has experience. They could have done
Right.
something with that with Ronda, but it looks like they're going with I'm seeing a Natalia versus
Natalia, yep.
Ronda feud coming. I think
Yep,
Natalia's gonna
and
turn on her.
Natalia is not going to beat Ronda. You can forget that shit. That's not going to happen.
Oh no, I mean we all know, but hey,
Oh, I know.
if they
I
can
got you.
if they can make it entertaining, great.
Yeah,
I mean we knew
I
that
think
she was gonna win at Mania, but they made it very entertaining.
I tell you one thing though, with Natalia being the first one that Ronda goes, have a one-on-one feud with, man, I think that they picked the absolute right one for her to do that with. I really think so because Natalia, dog, Natalia is that bitch. You know what I'm saying? She's
Hmm.
that one for your ass. And so I think that they picked the right one. And man, I don't know, man.
It would make sense though because Natalia and Charlotte behind the scenes were the ones that trained Ronda, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
they're gonna have the most chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
So Mickey James, I mean we could sit here and talk about different dream matches and stuff like that, but overall, how do you feel, man, about the shakeup? I know we didn't talk about it because everybody knows who went where. I was
Well,
surprised to see Big Cass. On a side note here, it must be difficult, or maybe not, because he's going to be on the road with his ex girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? But uh, they're still good friends, apparently, according to Carmella.
I I honestly think that they're gonna end up getting back together. And I honestly think that a lot of times people they say shit one thing, but you already know damn well he's still hitting it.
So you
I
think they're
I think he's still hitting that,
you think they're
and
working the public then?
I probably so. And well, she probably felt the way that she felt at the time because he was down and out, and it wasn't nothing that she could really do because she was on the road so much and she wasn't able to see him like she really wanted to see him. And I'm sure that caused friction and
Feel
this,
like
that, and the other.
like
And
the
now
edge of
that,
leadership.
they will be back on the road, I guarantee if for some dick, he'll be he'll be her go-to. I guarantee you.
Friends with benefits, I suppose.
Yep. She will. He will be her go-to. So I just but I'm one of the people that I was surprised to see on SmackDown, but I'm glad that they did put him on SmackDown is Joe. Samoa Joe.
Oh yeah, that shocked me. That
I
shocked
really
me.
didn't see that. I can't say I didn't see it coming. At first, I was like, yeah, Joe need to go to SmackDown. But when they brought Joe back and Joe was talking shit to Roman Reigns and everything, I was like, nah, he ain't going to no SmackDown. And then the mug got drafted to SmackDown. I was like, well, okay.
Joe,
So,
he gave us a glimpse of what's coming up. I'm excited because when he was bashing on all the faces,
mhm.
they're gonna have a Daniel Bryan feud. They're gonna have a Randy Orton feud, AJ feud. I'm excited for all those matches coming up, man.
You talking about for who now?
Samoa Joe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cause yeah, I mean, there's a reason why he was saying all that shit this past week on SmackDown. I-
Didn't didn't him? I'm trying to think. Wasn't it him and Big Cass who came out during that match?
No, it was
because Daniel Bryan ran out there when Shinsuke jumped started whipping on AJ, and then Cass and I think it was Cass and Joe that came out. I can't remember.
No, Joe was nowhere to be found. It was just Shinsuke and Big Cass. You know, Shinsuke.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Thank you. That's right. Okay.
Shinsuke came out first, and then Cass. You know, Brian got distracted by that, and then Cass came out and blasted Brian, and
that's gonna be your first. That's gonna be Daniel Bryan's. One of his. What you call it? Because you already know it's gonna him and Miz are going, because you know Cass came back and he was like, you are what everybody's all hyped about, little man. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot about the Miz going to SmackDown, so that's gonna be a good feud. I mean, for the most part, I mean, they're both gonna kill it on the mic and stuff.
Yeah, man. One thing about the Miz, I got to give the Miz his props. That dude is a beast on that microphone, buddy. He's a beast.
So, back on Raw. Well, before we finish out the SmackDown, any more thoughts? I mean, do you think there's a lot of heels? Do you think they're evened out?
We just gonna have to see. I can't call it right now.
Cause, yeah, that's the fairest to do. Like Jim Ross always says, why do people shit on it so quickly? Give it like 6 months to work itself out.
Yeah.
You know,
let me tell you. Let me tell you this. When I was talking about heavy hitters, I was actually I think you were confused about what I was talking about, and that was, you know, what you call it? When I was talking about heavy hitters, I was talking about Raw had gotten a lot of SmackDown's big men. That's what I was talking about when I was talking about the heavy hitters. I wasn't talking about like AJ Styles and, you know, this, that, and the other. I was just talking about how they got all of the heavy hitters, such as they got freaking Baron Corbin. They got who else did they get? The big dudes. Anyway, they finally
got the Authors of Pain. Don't forget about those guys.
Huh?
The Authors of Pain. Don't forget about them on Raw.
Mm-hmm. But the Authors of Pain is on Raw though.
Yeah.
And the Authors of Pain, and then I started looking. I was like, okay, so SmackDown did end up getting some big boys again, because they got Sheamus and they got Cesaro. Those some big boys. They got Big Cass. That's a big boy. They got Samoa Joe. That's a big boy. They got old boy Killian Dane. That's with Sanity. That's a big boy. You know. So they got some big dudes. They got some heavy hitters back. So
I can't pronounce that dude's name, but he was an NXT champion. It's like some sort of Hispanic guy or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about Andrade Cien Almas?
Yeah, I can't pronounce the name. Sorry.
Yeah, and he came with old girl Zelina Vega. No, I hate that damn name. I wish they would have just let her use her damn original name, because her real name is Thea Trinidad. And that mother sucker is so fine.
I was about to say,
Puerto Rican.
There's an accent I can listen to all day right there.
Yeah.
So, what matches, just off the top of your head, what matches are you looking forward to the most between both rosters with this new shakeup now? Can you think of anything? I could think of like Daniel Bryan against Shinsuke.
Woo, Lord have mercy, man. The dream matches just go on and on and on with that, man. You got Joe and Rusev. You got damn Cass and Joe. You got Daniel Bryan and Shinsuke. Daniel Bryan and AJ again. You got, oh my man, this shit just goes, man. I mean, damn. Ooh, it's just all over the place, man. You got Daniel versus Samoa Joe, and some of these matches have already taken place before,
Elsewhere,
but it's just never been, on the big stage. So, yeah, man, it's they got dream matches all out the yin yang, man. Seriously.
So I read a spoiler. I mean, of course, this is not WWE. This is the arena. I want to say it's called Extreme Rules in July. They were the arena that's going to be hosting the show in July. They were saying that it's going to be AJ versus Corbin versus Shinsuke, but we now know that's not going to happen because Corbin's on Raw. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there for correction.
So before we leave off of Corbin, I heard that Vince was really high on him.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get pushed to the moon probably on Raw.
Yep, because Vince got that hard on for the big boys.
And you know that's gonna be a Roman Reigns feud right there. Another obstacle for Superman to overcome, so the crowd can love the guy. But yeah, man, it's been fun, and it was nice reconnecting again. Let's hope that we're not done yet. We got one more thing to talk about. Hopefully this hiatus won't last so long. I'm gonna try to get back down to the grind, posting these results for you people out there. For those that don't have time to watch the shows, that's the only reason why I do it, y'all. So I don't do no full-blown recap. I just give you guys quick results of the show, who won what, and blah 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 blah. Hopefully y'all are sharing the podcast, sharing the website, join the group. You know what I'm saying? The 50th reviewer. It's gonna be confusing as all hell on how to keep track of it, but the minute I reach the 50th reviewer, we'll try to get in contact with you and get your personal information, whatever, so we can send you this gift card, $50 gift card, and the greatest Royal Rumble 50 men. Off the top of my head, I'm not gonna go pull it up, but damn near everybody on the roster. Oh, let me okay, I should have said this a long time ago, but let me ask you this, okay? Before we start on this, why the hell does WWE use this? I know it's fictitious, I know it's part of the show, but dude, it drives me bananas when they say this. And what I'm talking about is WrestleMania is our Super Bowl. Everyone's gonna try to get a spot on the show. Oh, they're just picking up their game because they want to win the show. Why you say that shit? Everyone's gonna be on the fucking card anyways. You get what I'm saying? If you don't, I'll elaborate some more. Basically, if you pay attention to the commentary, they say that every now and then. They're just picking up their game here and being more vicious, or they're trying to get momentum so they can go to WrestleMania. I'm like, what do you mean trying to go to WrestleMania? Everyone's going to be on the card anyways. Basically, they're trying to make it sound like all the athletes are performing one year, year after year after year to try to get on Mania. Which is bullshit. They're all on Mania.
But not everybody is on the card though.
But they say that about the ones that are gonna be on the card, like Sasha Banks.
Oh yeah. I got you. I got what you're saying. Yeah, that don't make no sense. I can see if they were saying that about some up and comer or something, but somebody who's established and we already know damn well they are going to be on the card. There ain't no need for them to say that.
Maybe I just had to get that out there because I think I just answered my question mentally because I'm thinking, they're just really trying to sell WrestleMania, but in the process,
yeah, but you don't have to sell WrestleMania like that though.
Yeah, WrestleMania sells itself.
Oh man, but I feel you on that. Like I said, it would make more sense if they were doing that with like, let's say, like for instance, let's just use freaking who can we use that just came in? Let's use Mandy Rose or Sonya Deville, and they are trying to, go for the title or something like that. I could see them saying something like that with them because they are up and comers. They are not established stars like the rest of them are. I can understand them saying that about them, but somebody like Sasha Banks or Bailey or whatever the case, no, you should that's just dumb, and that's just saying something just for the point that you could talk. I guess it's stupid.
It is lame as fuck, man. But
I agree. Yep.
so yeah, the Greatest Royal Rumble coming up on April 27th. As the time of this recording, that's 8 days from now. Basically Brock and Roman steel cage match, AJ and Shinsuke, and the Usos against. I'm just going off the top of my head here. Usos against the Bludgeon Brothers. Hardy, Wyatt against the Bar to determine the new tag team champions. I don't know. The women are not going to be there.
I wonder if the New Day is going to be there.
I haven't seen anything. I haven't been.
Oh, they might be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, they're in the Royal Rumble. Undertaker against Rusev in the casket match. It was gonna be Taker. It was going to be
Rusev at first, then they changed it to Chris Jericho, then they changed it back to Rusev.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe Jericho just said, "Fuck it, don't make any sense for me to go and just fight Taker for no apparent build-up." But then I don't know. I'm not gonna.
And then I did hear that Jericho probably is not going to be there because he's got another engagement directly after the Greatest Royal Rumble, and he's going to have to fly out directly after it. So he probably told them that he's not going to be able to come. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know though. But that Brock versus Roman Reigns match. Both of these matches, the title matches, are basically repeats of WrestleMania, except for
the steel cage part.
Steel cage for them two, which I feel like if you put them in the steel cage, why didn't you just go ahead on and put put them in the damn cage too? Why not? I mean, I don't know, man.
It's a network show. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say I really felt like that Shinsuke and AJ should have been the main event at WrestleMania, going back to that. But, they didn't. But I just truly believe that at this Greatest Royal Rumble, it's going to be the same damn thing. Roman Reigns is going to get beat. I believe that AJ is going to get beat. Not AJ. Shinsuke is going to get beat. That's what I think. I don't know. I might be wrong.
No, I'm going to go on a limb and just say, since it's considered a live show, like a house show sort of, I don't really think, it's that big of a deal. It's just like another house show, but instead of it's being non-televised, it's going to be televised. So I really wouldn't make too big of a deal out of this. I mean, I'm just going to say, I think Braun Strowman is going to win the Rumble. Daniel Bryan might cost The Miz, or vice versa, the elimination for the Rumble.
I also heard that they were talking about Bobby Lashley was added to that match.
Yeah, and that's where his first feud, I think Elias might play a role into, because it's I'm seeing online that he's being booked to battle Elias in house shows all over the place, so that might be his first feud, which would be sad. But I think Matt and Bray are just going to take the championships.
Yeah, they are, because you see the bar, that's a giveaway right there, because the bars going to SmackDown. They can't take the Raw Championship to SmackDown, so they gonna lose.
And the Bludgeon Brothers
Are gonna win.
They just had the title. And what the new interesting twist to it is how Naomi's in the storyline now. So that's kind of interesting.
How they what?
How Naomi, she's in the storyline now. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're finally acknowledging their marriage on TV, which, you know, they probably, I don't know, what does Vince think that the viewers in the crowd don't watch Total Divas? You know,
you don't even have to watch Total Divas to know that shit.
Exactly.
Like, damn.
Yeah, so I don't, you know, I'm going to be at work when that thing comes on, or, you know, if it's not like today, where I showed up to work and I had to come back home.
Oh, my goodness.
It was like, well, it's going to be like on 9 o'clock my time. I'm Pacific, so it's going to be like 9 o'clock my time, 12 o'clock your time.
Mm-hmm.
So, if not, it's a Friday. I'll probably just go get some beer or something and watch it that same night. But on a scale from 1 to 10, I'll probably give it just like a, you know, probably a 5.
You can't do that right now.
No, I'm solely looking at it from the card, the lineup. You know?
Okay. Oh, you looking at it on paper?
Yeah, on paper.
Okay,
like,
I got you. All right.
Because you know who's gonna win. I mean, because us smarks, we know we kind of figure where they're going down the road. So you know AJ is gonna retain. You know Roman's gonna retain unless they swerve us again. But
yeah, because you know, like sometimes at these, pretty much you may as well say house show like shows or whatever. Some things do happen. They do swerve the hell out of you. Just like they did with NXT a couple times, you know, Finn Balor ended up losing the NXT championship, but it wasn't televised. Next thing you know, Joe show up with the belt. I don't know if you saw that, but that's something that people got swerved on.
yeah, there was another swerve last year with the EU with the champ. Oh yeah, when AJ, well that was televised, but when AJ defeated Jinder.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, that was pretty much the greatest one. I saved that for last because I know we weren't gonna talk that much.
But you know what, man? I'm sorry, but I got to say this too. I wonder, you know, the shit that's going on with Shinsuke and AJ right now, right? And with Shinsuke, pretty much now it's looking like he got Cass coming out and helping him. I'm wondering if AJ is going to end up grabbing his good brothers.
Yeah, I could. Well, that would be 2-on-3 then.
Yeah, but you know, Shinsuke, they could always get another dude.
Probably Samoa Joe.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know, boy. That'd be ugly. But right now, I truthfully feel like Samoa Joe don't need to be teaming up with anybody. Samoa Joe need to be a one-man wrecking crew.
I was about to say that. The
what
way
he need to do.
I was about to say the way his character is, it seems like he don't like nobody.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I like. He's a equal opportunity ass whipper. So that's what I like.
Yeah, that's kind of like
keep it as.
That's kind of like a throwback to Stone Cold, where like don't trust anybody kind of thing. He smashed on everybody, man. But let's hope there's more surprises, though. I mean, because right now, you know, I'm glad that they switched things up because I was really getting bored of what happened with the last shakeup. Because the shakeup was like it lasted 2 years, man, from the last time I think.
Yeah, but then they started. They just started doing a bunch of weak shit, man, with that. So it's just, you know, let's just hope the way that I think that it'll be pretty good. I think I'll say they have potential. They have a lot of potential right now.
It sounds like, if I'm remembering it right, at least NXT didn't get rated that much because I think it was the last time they had a draft, NXT got raped, you know, when it came to the draft, and but they're doing well now. I mean, look at everybody that done came up.
Yeah.
And like Sanity, a lot of folks were thinking, you know, Sanity should have showed up like last year. The comments that I'm seeing online.
Yeah, but I don't think that would have been. I think that they brought Sanity and Authors of Pain up at the right time, which is right now. I don't think they should have did it any earlier than that. Because judging how they did a lot of these other people who came in too damn early, you know, they messed them up.
I get why they did this, man, but they should have just left No Way Jose and NXT and brought somebody else in his place. I just don't see why he's there. Maybe for comedy reasons or the happy-go-lucky moments, you know?
Well, honestly, man, No Way Jose, that boy he's a good talent.
And, I get that.
He's a pretty big dude too, but I just don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with him though, and I'm gonna tell you who I instantly thought about when I saw No Way Jose come out there. Somebody who is absolutely talented, but they're getting buried. I thought about Apollo Crews.
Oh yeah, Apollo.
I thought about how they just dogged his character out, man. And then they messed him up. So I can see even if they put No Way Jose and Apollo Crews together or something as a tag team or something, I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there. I don't even know why in the hell they even brought Chad Gable to Raw and took him out from Shelton, because I don't know what the direction is. I don't know. It's just don't make any sense to me right now.
Well, looking down the road though, that's going to be a good storyline, and that's that's an already written storyline for you right there. Chad Gable and whatever the hell that dude's name was. Kurt Angle's
I
son.
could see them putting them back together. Jason Jordan, you talking about?
Yeah, Jason Jordan. There you go.
Yeah, they shouldn't have never freaking took them from apart. Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, American Alpha, was an absolute fabulous tag team, and they screwed it up.
So Jason's going to be gone for a year, right? So do you think Kurt's going to...
I don't think he's going to be gone for a year.
Okay, I don't know how long. I
think that was just storyline. Just like Dean Ambrose, that 9 months was just a storyline thing, but it's looking like it probably is going to be that.
I hope well, I think going back to Seth, like I wish that he would have went to SmackDown. I think that's why they kept him on Raw, because that could be a feud for Dean to come back to. Which
yeah. Mm-hmm.
They've already.
I think that
had a feud.
I think that's what it's going to be too. That's what I'm saying. I know, man, and I don't understand why they keep going back to old shit.
It would have made sense. It would have made sense if Jason was still around, but he's not. So just throw him out on SmackDown, have him fight. Cause him and Samoa Joe, as in Dean, they never fought, right? Or did they?
Who, Dean and Joe?
Yeah, they never had a feud, did they?
Hell yeah, they did. That's why Dean out right now.
Oh, they had a match. Oh yeah, okay, I remember now.
Yeah, Joe put Dean out. So they say.
Yeah, so Dean can come back to SmackDown and seek revenge on Joe and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was so long ago. I don't remember. It was like what, October, November?
Something like that. Yep. It was after. Yeah, it was after Survivor Series.
So there's two storylines there. There's a storyline waiting for Dean, for Dean on both shows, and he can come. It would make more sense for him to come back to SmackDown and bomb on Joe than it is to Rollins, because unless
because it wouldn't make no sense for him to bomb on Seth Rollins at all.
Well, I said, if Jason was still there, it would make sense, because Dean you chose him over me. What the fuck? I thought we were brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that, but one thing about it though, you got to remember too, Seth didn't choose Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan kept putting himself in that shit, and then Kurt Angle was okaying that shit. So I don't know, but I think the best way for Dean to go would be go to SmackDown and feud with Joe, because, you know, the only reason why they would even put Dean back on freaking Raw is to try to push Roman again. And I'm just getting sick of that shit. Stop trying to use these other talented guys to get your untalented guy over.
So both sides, man, I think it's a good mix. I mean, you got Natalia over there on Raw, who's a veteran of the business. She can help out in the locker room. Shit.
You got the Riot Squad over there. I think they'll do good. Shit. Let me see. If they push Baron right, he'll do good. They got some pretty good shit going on.
Yeah, it's I just gotta you know, between the two shows, and it's not because I'm a big Daniel Bryan fan. I'm happy to see him back, but I will go on the record and saying I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm not a hater. You know, it just seems like on paper to me that SmackDown will be more entertaining moving forward. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And the only reason why SmackDown would have my advantage is because it's 2 hours versus 3. So. But everybody, man, thanks for tuning in and listening. Sorry for talking so damn long, but we had to make up for lost time.
Yeah, and we still ain't finished making up for lost time, so the next time probably gonna be pretty long too. So.
Yeah, we still got way more shit to cover.
Hell yeah.
But the Greatest Royal Rumble's coming up a week from tomorrow, and then you got Backlash. I forgot the damn date for that. I saw it the other day.
I think it's May the 6th.
Yeah, there you go, May 6th. That's gonna be weird as hell, you know, because you got Joe on SmackDown. Did you hear that before we split, man? But did you hear that promo? Did he fuck up on? I don't know if you remember this past.
Yeah, he did. But the good thing he was talking about the Intercontinental. He said the Intercontinental, and I was like, no, Joe, it's not the Intercontinental, buddy. It's the Universal title. But that's okay. I understand what you're saying. But he got down on that promo, though. He was a beast with that promo.
Yeah, he corrected himself, but it just confused me because I thought he was talking that he was going to have a match with Seth and then bring the title to SmackDown, and then, I don't know, he lost me there for a minute.
Yeah.
Because Seth, he's not defending the title at the Greatest Royal Rumble, is he? No.
Hell yeah. Yeah. It's a ladder match.
Oh, I must have missed that. Against Finn Balor, right?
It's Finn Balor, The Miz, and Joe. And now they added Bobby Lashley in it.
Oh, wow. Well, Seth is still going to take it. Unless they swerve us and Lashley takes it, which would make no sense to me.
And then I know, from what I heard, they talking about the Great Khali is going to be in that Royal Rumble match, too.
Oh Lord! So, so he's gonna be the shock factor, huh? Oh well.
I guess.
Well, let's look at the right side. You know when I think it was Randy Orton when Jinder defeated him. It was due to the assist of the Great Khali. A lot of people were thinking that he was back full time, but nothing against Khali. You know, he had his time.
Yep, and his time is up.
Time's up, and there you go. But anyways, guys, again, thanks for listening. I'm the homeboy Killer K. That's Big Southern, and you know, you can follow us on Twitter at TheRasslinCafe, Facebook.com/TheRasslingCafe, and we'll see you guys for next time, y'all.
The Wrestling Cafe.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome.
Now, walk into the club like, what up? I got a big cock. I'm just pumped. I bought some shit from a thrift shop. Ice on the fringe is so damn frosty. The people like,
damn, that's a cold ass honky.
Rolling in hella deep.